So that's me again. Yeah, so where were we? I got a new laptop and I said I'm giving myself 1 year. Everybody, by this time, everybody's tired of me. My husband, everybody's tired of me. Husband to call my people and say he's not doing again. I said, yes, you're doing again when I'm ready. I, I said I want to sit down now and research. Talking to my God. After that, I started researching. At that point, I told my husband, I am going to my paper. I said, this is going to be the last one, the last attempt. But I want to make it work. I want to make it happen. I want to make it happen. It's going to be the last, the very last. If it doesn't work, no problem. I hands up. But I want to make it work. I started researching. I bumped onto this transabdominal cerclage in UK, US. They have in UK, US. I think in everywhere, Australia, they have it here too. But I researched. I saw it's a very good alternative to this ordinary McDonald's, Shirodka, whatever. But the problem, I don't want to. They will insert a stitch in your under your abdomen, yeah, under your abdomen, under your tummy when you're not pregnant. So I was like, what if I don't get pregnant now? They will start removing it again. I want something if pregnancy is confirmed, then you can put it. No, something you put something ahead. I don't want that. So that discouraged me from that transabdominal. Already, I spoke with several doctors in US. We planned our trip already in UK too. You know, this then was around $8,000 to $9,000, and in UK 7,000, 7,500 pounds. And so we just decided one day, wow, what are we going to? I said, I don't, my body doesn't accept that. Just putting something when I'm not pregnant, because I can't be they do it sometimes when you're already pregnant, but I can't travel that far. My doctors do not, they say I should never travel far, you know, whenever I'm pregnant. So I don't, I said, that transabdominal. I started researching for another one. Researching. Then I bumped onto total occultation. Guess where they discovered it? In Germany. Hey gosh. Where is discovered? In Germany. Total occultation. I said, what is this? I started researching. I started asking questions, calling doctors, calling hospitals. Their hospital list, they will list the hospitals that have done it, that know the procedure very well. I'll be calling those hospitals, asking about it. And at a point, I started seeing air, breath of air. I said, this is what I'm going to do. I trust Germany very well. You know why? I trust their medicine. I trust they are good. Without mincing words, they are good. I trust it. Then, and they discovered it in Berlin. That is Professor Selin discovered it. Total occultation, whereby you will sew up the womb completely. It will be sewn completely. They will cut the flesh of the not the womb, sorry, cervix. They will cut the flesh, wrap it around it, sew it, so that it will, if it heals, it will be like here, with of course scare, but you will not see anything, unlike McDonald's or a Shirodka where they will sew it. You still be, if you put your hand in between, it will enter. This one, they will sew it. to just cover, the skin will cover. Total occlusion. So, okay, I said, this is where I want to go to. I saw other hospitals that have done the procedure, but I said, I want to be operated on that bed where it's been discovered. That's why I was like, what? Are you crazy? You know how you are if you're pregnant, you're vomiting every second. You know, how can you get to Berlin? Berlin is 6-7 hours away from us. I said, that particular place is where I want to be. That's where they will get me. But I want to try this very last chance, and this is our last chance, right? So I want to do everything to make sure I leave no stone unturned. So I'm going there. Say, okay, booked an appointment. The Professor Selling, the person that discovered it, in his listing that time, but now they removed it. I don't know why. In his on the website, you will see his email. Okay, his email. I wrote him email. I said, I want to come to Berlin. I stated my audio. I said I want to come to Berlin to do this in Berlin. I want him to operate on me. He wrote back, not on like Africa where all these big top people, you don't get access to them. This place, if you want anybody you want, you go to his or her page, you see her contact, you can contact that person directly. You know, no blocking here or this and that. He wrote me back. He said, oh, he felt my pain with heavy heart. He's telling me that he can't operate on me because he's now a pensioner. 5 years ago, before 5 years ago, this is what happened. You know, I say, okay, but do not fear. People that succeeded me, they are even better than I am. If you want, I can tell them about you. I say, with all pleasure, sir, with all pleasure. So he contacted the people that, you know, certain people that took after him. You know, 2 doctors, contacted them. He gave me their contacts. Of course, their contacts were even now still on that page too. So he gave me their contact. Charité Berlin, and the other one is the other Berlin, the other hospital, big hospital is Charité Berlin, and the other hospital. What is the name of the hospital? I'll write it down here. So say any of them, I can go to any of the 2 hospitals in Berlin. So I contacted them. So the woman professor, she operated on me. Okay, it was like heaven. It was just like we arrived. We left here, and my husband got me. Prepared me, you know. I have my bucket where I can vomit because really, after every second, I was just vomiting. Okay, I didn't tell you people. After I started getting light, you know, after I spoke with that Dr. Celine, I took in. I just planned, I took in. So everything started because within 3 months they have to operate you. Yeah, and my husband prepared me. I had my bucket, my vomiting bucket, this, that, everything. Yeah, I couldn't travel by air because of my day. Said my doctor said I should never travel by air whenever I'm pregnant because just of this serious miscarriage. I'm already on number 1 risk pregnancy this scale. So they dissuaded me from ever traveling by air. So we traveled by road in our car. Yeah, and I was just vomiting. But when we got to Berlin, we checked into a hotel. After that, we just went to the hospital. They took blood samples and everything. She checked me up and gave me medication, antibiotics. Okay, was it preventive before the operation. So we got back to the hotel, and this antibiotic was so big. So we started looking. My husband said, let's look for a hotel, okay, to where we can eat. We started looking for a Nigerian restaurant. And we got to one Nigerian restaurant. Me that doesn't eat, I would be vomiting every time. I suddenly have this because we arrived early now, and I want to do this procedure I've been hearing about. So I was so happy. Somehow, then I couldn't swallow the medication. We had to look for somewhere, and we ate this nice pounded yam with for one Nigerian restaurant. And then I put the medication inside my swallow to swallow it. After that, we got to the hotel, back to the hotel. We slept. We got back. After that, we got back to the hotel. We slept, and the following morning, I was the first they operated upon. They operated, and after the operation, we slept that day. And the following day, we made our way back home. We go home. They said I should be on bed rest for some time, so I was on bed rest and for around 2 weeks or so. And after that, I started living my normal life. By 28 weeks, they lifted everything. No bed rest, no this, no that, just live your life. 28 weeks. That's 7 months, right? I say to myself, so I can carry a child for 7 months. Guys, I saw the world in another way. I started living my life. I started living. I was home. They paid me my full salary because here you can choose if you want to work or not when you're pregnant. So they paid. I was at home the whole of the pregnancy stuff. They paid me my full salary. So I started shopping, guys. I started living. I started eating. I started photo shoots upon this and that, preparing nursery. I started living. I saw the world in another way. I said, God, you are great. God, you are great. And last, my little kitty, you want to come out again. Overstayed. So that's the end of my story, guys. That's the end of my story. 7 miscarriages. That's something I never wish anyone. So I want to give you guys hope. I'm going somewhere. I want to give you guys hope. Those 3 parts that I have played. I want to give you guys hope. Do not relent. Another thing, I want to tell you guys something. Summary of this thing is, do not allow fear to drain you. This is a world, an open world now. 21st century. Do not say, hey, oh God, how can I adopt? Hey, how can somebody bear my child? God, look, after I have seen people, after bearing children, the next second they are gone. What makes you happy is what you should be thinking. What makes you happy? If surrogacy is the way, go for it. In my own case, people say, hey, go on IVF and I'll try. If I go to IVF, me too. I waka go there. So what has IVF got to do with all this? You can take in, you don't have problem with anything. PGD, whatever, my kids are normal. It's my being, it's me. So the only alternative should be surrogacy, which I never wanted. So guys, go for it if you can't, instead of killing yourself. But if that was what you want, just make sure you do not allow fear to take over your life. Make sure you get yourself checked up thoroughly. There is always something. Like my own people were like, hey, they have checked and checked. There is always something. The blood clotting disorder was the culprit. And then after that, the service insufficiency. There's always something. Find the bottom of it. Check and check and check. For you that wants to come here to check, come here to check. If you want me to put more light on service occlusion, total service occlusion, I'll put more light. I'll shed more light on it. It is 99%. It almost never fails. A good, the best alternative to, I think it should be number one. And after that, trans abdominal. It's the best. I have never had come. So I will show you guys all these things. I'll talk about it. But make sure you check yourself and make sure you believe in your God. And make sure you not allow fear to drain you. You can ask somebody somebody else can have your child. You can adopt. Why still trying? Okay, so that's my little thing I want to tell you guys that want to come. Hey, I am 30. I have been this thing barren for 13 years. No one is barren. None is barren in that land. None. Okay, look for the problem. I know where I come from. I don't know. I don't think this thing is so strong like here. If you want to come outside to check yourself, come outside, but make it a, a gradual process and or project. Do not let it weigh you. That if you want to adopt and continue doing what you're doing. So that's my little advice. So that's my story, guys. I feel I have created a bond with you guys, a family. So I should open up and tell you guys to see my own story so that when I bring other things, like when I tell you guys about this hospital, what was this hospital or this procedure in Germany, you will understand it more. Okay, I'll bring so many things here on board, and you guys feel free to ask me if you have any question, because guys, I have seen it all. I have, when it comes to do with having baby, like miscarriages, I've seen it all. I have seen it all. Okay, so feel free to ask me of anything. If it's within my reach, I will definitely help. Thank you guys for joining me.